What is intelligence? Is it simply the ability to solve complex equations, or there's more to it? The mysteries of intelligence, a topic that has intrigued philosophers, psychologists, and scientists for centuries. This nebulous concept is as multifaceted as the human mind itself, and understanding it is like trying to grasp a handful of smoke. Historically, intelligence was often seen as a singular, measurable entity. From the ancient Greeks, who associated intelligence with an individual's moral and ethical character, to the Enlightenment thinkers who linked it to reason and logic, our ancestors had their unique takes. Yet, these perspectives were merely the tip of the iceberg. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the concept of intelligence began to be viewed through a more scientific lens. Psychologists like Alfred Binet and Charles Spearman proposed that intelligence could be quantified and measured, giving birth to the world of psychometrics. However, their theories were not without controversy. Critics argued that these measurements only captured a narrow slice of what it truly means to be intelligent. As we moved into the latter half of the 20th century, our understanding of intelligence expanded. Psychologists like Howard Gardner proposed the theory of multiple intelligences, suggesting that intelligence is not a single entity, but a constellation of abilities and skills. This theory challenged the traditional view of intelligence, sparking debates that continue to this day. Today, the definition of intelligence remains a hot topic of discussion. Many agree that it encompasses more than just cognitive abilities. Emotional intelligence, for instance, has gained recognition as a vital aspect of overall intelligence. So, what is intelligence? It's a question that remains as elusive as ever. Yet this quest for understanding is part of what makes us human. Our curiosity, our desire to learn and grow, is in itself a testament to our intelligence. So perhaps understanding intelligence is less about finding a definitive answer and more about appreciating the journey of discovery. As we delve into the past, we begin to understand how our perception of intelligence has evolved over time. Our journey begins in the ancient world, where philosophers like Plato and Aristotle had their own interpretations of intelligence. As we delve into the annals of history, we encounter the Greeks' perspective on intelligence. They placed a high premium on logic and reasoning. For them, intelligence was synonymous with the ability to ponder, to question, to reason. Plato, the master philosopher, believed in the existence of innate ideas, suggesting that knowledge wasn't necessarily learned but remembered from a pre-existing state. Aristotle, on the other hand, posited that we are born as blank slates, and our experiences shape our intelligence. Now let's journey eastward to ancient China. Here, intelligence was more about social conduct than cognitive gymnastics. The Chinese philosophy underscores the importance of virtues like righteousness and propriety. Confucius, the esteemed philosopher, argued that intelligence was inextricably linked to morality. To be intelligent, one had to be morally upright and socially adept. Next, we traverse to ancient India, where intelligence took on a more spiritual connotation. The Vedic texts emphasize a deep understanding of the self and the universe as the pinnacle of intelligence. The Upanishads, a collection of ancient Indian philosophical texts, refer to intelligence as buddhi, the ability to discern, comprehend, and realize the ultimate truth of existence. So we see a fascinating tapestry of interpretations of intelligence throughout history. From the Greeks' emphasis on logic and reasoning, to the Chinese focus on moral and social conduct, and the Indian stress on spiritual knowledge, each culture had its unique take. It's interesting to note that these early theories weren't necessarily mutually exclusive. Instead, they offered different facets of the same gem, the complex construct we call intelligence. These early theories set the stage for a more scientific exploration of intelligence in the centuries to come. And as we continue our journey, we'll see how these foundational ideas influenced and were refined by the scientific community. But that, my friends, is a story for another scene. Fast forward to the 19th century when the field of psychometrics was born. This was a period when the scientific community began to appreciate the need for measurable, objective methods to study the human mind. Among the pioneers in this endeavour was Sir Francis Galton, a British polymath who was fascinated by the concept of human intelligence. Galton was a firm believer in the hereditary nature of intelligence. He set out to prove this theory by developing a series of tests to measure various mental abilities. His work, however, was not without its critics. Many argued that his tests focused too much on sensory acuity and physical attributes rather than on cognitive abilities. Despite these criticisms, Galton's work laid the groundwork for the future of psychometrics. Around the same time in France, Alfred Binet was working on a different approach to measuring intelligence. Unlike Galton, Binet was primarily interested in studying intellectual development in children. He believed that intelligence was not a fixed trait, but rather something that could evolve and develop over time. To test his theory, Binet, together with his colleague Theodore Simon, created the Binet-Simon scale. This was the first test designed to measure a child's mental age, a concept that was revolutionary at the time. The test was based on a series of tasks that, according to Binet and Simon, reflected the intellectual abilities of children at different ages. The Binet-Simon scale was later adapted by Lewis Terman at Stanford University, resulting in the Stanford-Binet test, which introduced the concept of the intelligence quotient, or IQ. This test, and the ones that followed, marked a significant shift in our understanding of intelligence, moving away from a focus on physical traits and sensory acuity and towards a focus on cognitive abilities. These tests would prove to be both influential and controversial, sparking debates that continue to this day. The birth of psychometrics was a turning point in our quest to understand intelligence, a journey that is still unfolding, full of fascinating discoveries and heated debates. In the 20th century, our understanding of intelligence took a quantum leap. One of the pioneering minds in this shift was Robert Sternberg, who proposed the triarchic theory of intelligence. Sternberg's theory broke away from the conventional single-dimensional view, suggesting that intelligence is not a single entity, but rather a combination of analytical, creative, and practical abilities. Analytical intelligence, he said, is what we use to solve problems. Creative intelligence helps us adapt to new situations, and practical intelligence is our ability to thrive in our environment. Following Sternberg, another significant contributor to our modern understanding of intelligence was Howard Gardner. He proposed the theory of multiple intelligences. Gardner's theory suggested that there are different kinds of intelligences, each independent of the others. His original list included 7 types: linguistic, logical, mathematical, musical, bodily, kinesthetic, spatial, interpersonal, and intrapersonal. Later, he expanded this list to include naturalistic and existential intelligences. Gardner's theory was revolutionary as it challenged the idea that intelligence could be measured by a single, numerical IQ score. These theories helped us understand that intelligence is not just about problem-solving or logical reasoning. It's about creativity, adaptability, understanding others and ourselves, and appreciating the world around us. It's about the ability to learn from experience, adapt to new situations, understand and handle abstract concepts, and use knowledge to manipulate one's environment. Our modern understanding of intelligence also recognizes the role of emotional intelligence. This concept, popularized by psychologist Daniel Goleman, refers to our ability to identify, use, understand, and manage emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. These theories challenge the traditional view of intelligence, opening the door to a more nuanced and inclusive understanding. We've come to appreciate that intelligence is multifaceted, dynamic, and deeply intertwined with our emotions and experiences. And that in itself is a leap in our understanding of what it truly means to be intelligent. As we enter the 21st century, the study of intelligence is being revolutionized by advances in neuroscience and artificial intelligence. In our quest to understand intelligence, we've come a long way. The latest research weaves a complex tapestry that includes not just our genetic makeup, but also the environment we inhabit. It's a dance of nature and nurture, where both partners are equally important in shaping our cognitive abilities. One of the most fascinating aspects of this research is the role of genetics in intelligence. While it's clear that our genes play a part in our cognitive abilities, the picture is far from simple. Our intelligence isn't determined by a single smart gene. Instead, it's influenced by a complex network of thousands of genes, each making a small contribution. But our environment also plays a crucial role. From the nutrition we receive in the womb to the education and stimulation we receive as children, Our surroundings shape our cognitive development in profound ways, and as our understanding of these factors grows, so does our ability to enhance our own intelligence. The march of technology is also transforming our understanding of intelligence. Brain imaging technologies are allowing us to peer into the human mind like never before, revealing the intricate neural networks that underpin our thoughts and behaviors. These advances are not only deepening our understanding of intelligence, but also opening up new possibilities for enhancing it. And then there's artificial intelligence. Once the stuff of science fiction, AI is now a reality, and it's reshaping our world in profound ways. As we build machines that can learn and think, we're forced to confront some fundamental questions. What does it mean to be intelligent? Can a machine ever truly be intelligent? And if so, what implications does that have for us as a species? As we push the boundaries of knowledge, we continue to redefine what it means to be intelligent. As we continue to explore this fascinating and complex phenomenon, we are not only learning about ourselves, but also paving the way for a future where intelligence, whether natural or artificial, will continue to shape our world in ways we can only begin to imagine.